Welcome to another video on From the Couch. Thank you for being here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about sisters of the heart, about their falling out, about how one moved on and stopped waiting for the other to come back. Instead, she started praying for her. What happened next changed how she saw friendship, faith, and letting go forever. If you've ever lost a friend who felt like family, this one's for you. First, I'm going to start with a couple of Bible verses. But before that, could you go ahead and hit subscribe? I'd really appreciate it. It'd help me out greatly. The first verse is John 13:34-35. A new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. The second is Psalm 51:10. Create in me a pure heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. It's a hard thing to do sometimes, isn't it? Forgiving someone who you think doesn't deserve forgiveness at all. But that's part of being Christian. Maya and Elena met when they were 15. Maya was the loud one, sharp with restless energy, always speaking before thinking, usually talking about 4 or 5 different things at once, when only trying to talk about one. She was the one who always got herself into trouble, while Elena was always the one to bail her out. Elena was quieter, steadier. She was softer in the way that she listened to people. She was the kind of person who noticed when a smile didn't quite reach a person's eyes. They were the best of friends, inseparable, sisters of the heart. They balanced each other out. First, it was accidental. Then, it was inevitable. They shared every secret, every late-night confession and milestone from childhood through adulthood. Sleepovers turned into traditions, the traditions into rituals. When one would go through a breakup with a boy, the other would be there, providing emotional support and validation. They were the kind of friends who had their own shorthand language and shared a safety where no topic was off limits. They could sit in silence without it feeling empty. When one cried, the other didn't ask why, she just stayed. When one was new to motherhood and the stress of a crying baby was getting to her, the other would step in and lend a helping hand. When a marriage ended, one would be there with a shoulder, ice cream, and a bottle of wine. Then a shift happened, not all at once. It never really does. Maya would cancel plans with Elena, saying she had a headache, only to be seen out with someone else. Elena would try. She'd reach out to Maya with text messages and phone calls, both unanswered. Eventually, Maya would show up from time to time, but only when it fit her life. Then those visits would become fewer and fewer until there were no visits at all. Over time, life filled the spaces left between them. Maya's world grew louder, faster. New people, new priorities, new versions of herself that Elena didn't quite recognize. Elena's life, on the other hand, grew deeper, more rooted. She became someone who valued consistency over chaos, presence over ambition. Neither of them was wrong. They just stopped fitting. Then the argument came. Both were yelling at the same time, trying to get their point across. The things they said were sharp, things they couldn't take back. Once small wounds were suddenly made large. In the end, they weren't arguing about what was, but about who they had become. When it was over, it didn't feel like closure. Instead, it felt like something unfinished, something that was abandoned mid-sentence. Months later, Elena would instinctively reach for her phone when something happened, her fingers pausing right before typing in Maya's name. Maya, in the middle of a crowded room, would sometimes think of quiet nights years ago, just the two of them sharing a blanket and talking about everything and nothing all at once. They'd both tell themselves the same thing. If she wanted to, she would. Neither did. From there, the silence grew. Not loud or dramatic, but dense, like a fog settling over something once familiar. They'd pass each other in the grocery store or out walking the mall. They'd recognize something in each other that time hadn't erased, a flicker of what used to be. But neither of them would stop to talk to the other because neither of them had figured out how to. Neither had figured out how to bridge the distance between who they were and who they had become. Until then, they remained what they never thought they'd be, strangers carrying the same shared memories. Elena, being the person she was, started to pray for Maya. She didn't pray for reconciliation. Deep down, she knew it would never happen. Instead, she prayed that if he wasn't, Christ would be a part of her life. For Elena, that would be enough. And from that, here's what I've learned. And honestly, it still surprises me. When I pray for someone I feel has betrayed me, something shifts, not in them, but in me. That's the thing about prayer. It doesn't always fix the problem, but it changes us. It softens what's gotten hard in our hearts. Perhaps you have a person in your life right now that you're not okay with. Perhaps that wound is still fresh. I get it. But I want to challenge you. Pray for them. Not because they deserve it, not because it'll instantly make the situation better, but because God has a way of using those prayers to do something quiet and deep within you. And sometimes that's where the healing needs to start.